Learn with Ease Islamic Academy presents myarabiccourses.com. So in this lesson, we are going to start with Al-Jumlatul Fa'iliyya. Let's say together. Al-Jumlatul Fa'iliyya. This means verbal sentence. So, there are two types of sentence in Arabic language. The first one is called Al-Jumlatul Fa'iliyya. Let's say together. Al-Jumlatul Fa'iliyya, meaning verbal sentence. The next one is Al-Jumlatul Ismiyya. Let's say together. Al-Jumlatul Ismiyya, meaning nominal sentence. So Al-Fa'iliyya is gotten from Al-Fa'il, that is the verb. Then Al-Ismiyya is gotten from Al-Ism, that is the noun. So let's start with Al-Jumlatul Fa'iliyya. So the definition is a verbal sentence starts with verb. Or you say it is a sentence that starts with a verb. So these are examples of verbs in Arabic language. Now I want you to note something here. The first verb I have here is dhahaba. Dhahaba literally in Arabic will mean to go. But in the real sense, the real meaning of dhahaba is he went. So if you want to refer to the verb to go, just say the verb to go is dhahaba. But if you want to relate that verb in a sentence, dhahaba means it went. So the next example here is dakhala, meaning to enter. Dakhala meaning to enter. But if you want to relate to dakhala in a sentence, you say he entered. Next one is salla, to pray. That is the verb to pray. So it also means he prayed. So we're giving examples of past tenses, past verb. Kharaja means to enter. Also in sentence, kharaja means he entered. Then raja'a means to return. It means to return. Then in a sentence, it means he returned. So that's good of you. Now let's look at the structure of verbal sentence. So a verbal sentence can start with normally the verb followed by the subject, that is the doer, the person doing the action. Then on what are you doing the action, that is the direct object without a preposition. The next one is the verb starting the verbal sentence as usual, the subject, the doer of the action, and an indirect object. So we are going to look at the meaning of an indirect object. So this particular part of the lesson, we look at the verbal sentence structure of verb, subject, and direct object. So I'm going to give you two sentences here. The first one is قرأ زيد درسه. Let's say together. قرأ زيد درسه, meaning Zaid read his lesson. So the verb in this sentence is qara'a, and the verb to read does not need a preposition between the subject, that is the subject Zaid, and the lesson in which Zaid was able to read. That is why we call it a direct object. No preposition available between Zaid, the subject, and Dars, the object. And you know that the object in Arabic language takes the case fatha. The object in Arabic language takes the case fatha. So let's give another example. دع الطالب ضبه. Let's say together. دع الطالب ربه. It means the student called or asked ربه is Lord. So Rabba here also has the case fatha, because the case that the direct object used to have in Arabic grammar is always fatha and its sister. So that is good. Let's see other examples here. The third example, ينادي الوكيل طالبا. ينادي الوكيل طالبا. Let's say together. ينادي الوكيل طالبا is very nice. So ينادي means he calls. ينادي means he calls. So the question is, who is calling? The answer is the principal. That is the wakil. Al-wakil, the principal, is calling a student. So a student here is the direct object. There is no preposition between al-wakil, the subject, and taliban, the object. So it also has a case fatha. The next one, يقرأ أبي صحيفة. Or you simply say يقرأ أبي صحيفة. My father is Abi. My father is Abi. يقرأ reads. صحيفة, a newspaper. So the same thing applies to صحيفة. It takes fatha as the case because it is a direct object in the sentence. The verb that needs a direct object is called the transitive verb. So all the verbs I've mentioned when I started to talk about the verb, subject, and direct object, they are all called transitive verb. So in Arabic language it's called al-fi'l al-muta'addi. Let's say together. Al-fi'l al-muta'addi. So let me give examples here. We have nasara, that is to help. To help somebody. There is no preposition. Good. Fataha, to open. To open something. There is no preposition. Direct object. The verb will be able to accept a direct object. Akala, to eat. To eat something. There is no preposition between the subject and the object. Qara'a, to read something. Then shariba, to drink something. So all these verbs are called the transitive verb, and in Arabic language they are called al-fi'l al-muta'addi. At-tadrib, exercise. So let's fill in the gaps with the appropriate object. So let's see the first sentence. فتح الطالب dash. So I'll give you just 5 seconds to do that. Yes, good of you. فتح الطالب, the student opened. الطالب is the student. فتح means opened. So the answer is going to be بابا. The answer is going to be بابا. Let's see whether we are right. Yes, we are right. بابا. فتح الطالب. Let me circle this so that it's going to be duplicates. Yes. فتح الطالب بابا. The student opened the door. You can see that all these options here, the options that fit to the answer, that fits the question, it should be baban and khubzan because they are all objects. But you cannot open a bread. You open a door. So let's see another example. Akala Zaydun dash. Let me give you just 5 seconds. I give you just 5 seconds to do that. Yes. The answer is khubzan. Let me write it here and see whether we get it. Khubzan. Akala Zaydun. Zayd ate khubzan. Bread. Yes, we also get it. Let's fill in the gaps with appropriate object. Also, the first sentence, يقرأ الطالب dash. The student is reading dash. So let's fill in the gap. I'll give you just 5 seconds. Yes, the answer here is reading درسه. Is not reading tea. درسه. الشاي means tea. لبنا means milk. درسه means studies. Then baba means a door or its lesson. درسه means study or its lessons. So the answer is lesson. درسه. يقرأ الطالب درسه. The student is reading his lesson. Yes, you answer this. تشرب أمي dash. My mother is drinking dash. So I give you just 5 seconds. Yes, the answer is drinking labanan. Labanan, milk or a milk. So let's see whether we get it. Yes, we also get it. So we get the first one, we get the second one. Translate the following to Arabic. The first one, Zaid eats yam. This is a present tense. Zaid eats yam. Let's see. Zaid eats yam. I give you just 5 seconds to do that. Yes, the answer is يأكل زيد بقلا. يأكل زيد بقلا. Let me write it for you. يأكل is the present form of akala. يأكل means he eats. Then who is eating? That is the name Zaid. Then what is he eating? Baqlan, yam, or you say a yam. The next one. My mother collected his watch. My father collected his watch or his wristwatch. So I give you just 4 seconds to answer that. Yes, let's translate together. أخذ أبي ساعته. أخذ أبي ساعته. Collected is a past tense verb. So I'm going to use أخذ here. أخذ, he took or he collected. أخذ. My father is Abi. My father is Abi. Then the watch is ساعته. The ساعة is the noun that takes the fatha as the object. Then this one, the who is. So the next one, my mother woke Zainab, to wake somebody up. So I give you just 5 seconds to do that. Yes, the answer is أيقظت أمي زينب. That is very simple. أيقظ is the verb for the masculine, but it's going to be أيقظت for feminine. So let's write together. You say أيقظت. Let's say together. أيقظت. She woke up. Who is waking up? Ummi, my mother. And who are we waking up? Zaynab. So that's good of you. Shukran. We meet in the next lesson.